Hello, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Julie.
Welcome to our must-buys of Gen Con 2023, which is a sequel to our previous video, Hottest Games of Gen Con 2023, according to BGG users' thumbs up. Be sure to check out that video. In this video, we look at the 380 plus games that are supposedly for sale. The reason why I say supposedly, because manufacturers could be overconfident and it may not arrive in time. Or they're just saying it's for sale and they want you to place a pre-order.
Oh, okay.
In any case, we've looked at the 380 plus games that are listed on the BGG website. And I came up with 45, you came up with about 35.
About 35.
And we narrowed it down to our top 12. Now there are 5 crossovers because I put in the information in the slides. Julie doesn't know what I've selected. So let's take a look at the first, starting with number 12.
Okay.
Here we go. So Julie selected Chomp, which is for 1 to 4 players. It takes about 20 minutes, ages 8 and up. So it's a collection, assemble, and feed dinosaurs, making sure your herbivores don't get chomped.
That just sounds so cute.
Yeah, I think it's a cool game too. You'll see if it's on my list or not. I agree it's worth getting.
Oh, good.
And then mine is Savor Nake Forest. It's 2 to 4 players, 20 to 40 minutes, ages 10 and up. Help your animal friends prepare for winter.
Ooh.
And this is what the games look like. You can see Savor Nake over there on the left. You're going to be creating paths.
Cute.
And you have wooden pieces. And then on Chomp there, it looks like you're overlaying tiles, trying to create sets and trying to avoid carnivores eating your herbivores.
That's what it sounded like.
Right. So that's our number 12.
Okay.
Let's see what number 11. Now, Julie didn't know about this one. I don't particularly think that she's excited about this, especially since it's 3 to 4 players. Now, for me, the reason why it's number 11 is because this company has hit and miss with their rule books.
Oh.
So I'm worried. Well, 1, it's 3 to 4 players.
Yeah.
2, their rule books tend to be hard to read and take a lot of time. But because it's Robotech, that's why I had to put it on here. And they tend to sell out so in other words, I might have a hard time getting it down the road.
Yeah.
So it takes place during Reconstruction. That is at the end of the Macross saga when they're rebuilding Earth and Chiron's going to attack the city towards the end. So 60 to 120 minutes. Another reason why Julie wouldn't select this one. 14 and up. Ideology and politics flare in the Reconstruction period after the first Robotech War. And then Julie selected AEG's Shake That City. Shake out patterns of cubes and use them to build the best city block. And that's for 1 to 4 players, 20 to 40 minutes, ages 10 and up. So let's take a look here. So you can see on the left, you see for Robotech, you see a Centrati ship that will crash into the STF-1 or STF-2 as they call it in the episodes. And you see Minmay and Rick and Chiron, and you see it's a board, and it's probably going to be collecting resources and trying to stop the Centrati from destroying the Robotech defense forces. You see Shake City there on the right. You see you're building a city, and those cubes are shaken up in that box, and you pull on the cardboard there, making that pattern of 3 by 3 cubes, which affects how you lay out your city.
Oh, okay.
So let's take a look at our next one. Number 10 is Lost Ruins of Arnik, the Missing Expedition. Now, the reason why I'm excited about this one is because it includes cooperative. We haven't played Lost Ruins of Arnik in a while, probably because it's hard to be competitive in that game if you don't plan ahead too much. So I tend to win that game a lot.
Yeah.
But with the competitive version, this will...
I mean cooperative.
Cooperative, yeah, the cooperative version, thank you.
That'll help.
That will help probably get to the table more often.
Yeah, because I'll be able to have fun too.
You're not aware of this, but we pre-ordered this.
Oh, I didn't know
On
that.
Gen Con. There is a pre-order page on the BGG site that goes to a Google Sheet. You just tell them that you want one, and anything else that's from Chex Games. And you don't even have to pay ahead of time. They just want to know how many people want it for how much inventory to bring. And then you show up. We'll show up on Thursday in case they sell out. And then so we'll be able to get it.
Oh, I'm so happy.
So that's a little trick I noticed that, as you see right there, it says pre-order link for pickup at Gen Con.
Yes.
So it's 1 to 4 players, 30 to 120 minutes, ages 12 and up. 2 new leaders, solo, 2-player campaign, and more. And it has that cooperative mode.
I love that.
So Savor Nake Forest. So there's our first crossover.
And one thing you'll notice about my games I pick is the time.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So you can see there's a lot of content in that expansion.
Wow, look at that.
Okay, our number 9.
Okay.
So I picked Forbidden Jungle, which is the sequel to
Yes.
Forbidden Island, Forbidden Desert, and Forbidden Sky, I think it's called.
Yes.
So hopefully Forbidden Jungle, we like Forbidden Island the best out of those 3. Maybe Jungle will like better than Desert and Sky. So it's 2 to 5 players, 45 minutes, ages 10 and up. Move through a shifting jungle in search of a portal toward home. And Julie selected Sail, which is, now when it says 2-2, it's 1 versus 1
Okay.
game. Okay. 20 minutes, ages 11 and up. Now I like that game too, so it just didn't make, maybe it did make my top 12, but I do like that game as well. Navigate your pirate ship together through turbulent waters and avoid the Kraken. What's cool about Sail, it looks like there's a lot of game in a small box there. Mm-hmm. You have, looks like you have tiles that you're trying to avoid and you're playing cards. It looks really cool.
It does.
For the size. And then you got the typical layout of Forbidden Jungle with quality pieces by Game Right. And if you look at, Sail, it's only a $19 game according to that, unless that's listed.
Oh.
But that's really cheap.
Yeah.
All right, see the next one. Our number 8 is Wandering Towers. Now that's been available in Europe for a while.
Okay.
We saw it at Gamma.
We did.
And we immediately liked it. It's a race game with some take that. It's 2 to 6 players, 30 minutes, ages 8 and up. Trap wizards and towers to get yours to Raven's Keep first. Hand management, memory, fantasy. And it says memory twice.
I know. Well, they don't want you to forget.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Tocado Duel, we saw this at Gamma as well. And that's been available. I don't know if it's been available or not for a while. It doesn't have a for sale link on it. And that's also 1 versus 1, 20 to 30 minutes. And it's choose where to walk to see the best things, action drafting, open drafting. Now, we haven't played the original Tocado in a while.
But I like it.
Well, I like it too. We might play this one more often because it's
a 2-player game.
Right.
That's why I picked it.
But it's also a small package.
Yeah.
And you see right here on the left, does it say Wizard Tower? Is it Wizard Tower?
Wandering Tower.
You'll see that there's a black tower there you want to get your wizards to, and you have the other towers that can be moved and manipulated that will cover up your wizards. So, and you can, so it's very much a hand management game. It looks like a lot of fun.
It does.
All right,
Number 7.
Our number 7 is Wild Tiled West. Julie played this at Gamma.
I did. It was so much fun. In fact, when David met up with me while I was playing, I'm like, babe, we got to get this game. But it wasn't out yet.
It's hopefully it will be there because it's a pre-order right now on their website. It's 1 to 5 players, 45 to 90 minutes, ages 13 and up. You're going to build, mine, tussle, and wrangle. It's closed drafting, dice rolling, American West animals. Forbidden Jungle, so there's our crossover. Let's take a look at the pictures here. So you see there on Wild Tiled West, you have tiles there up the top of the picture that you'll roll dice to determine what's available for that turn, and each player has a town or an area board that you're going to use the pentanos to cover up things and to secure points. And then you see Forbidden Jungle there on the right. Okay, our number 6, Emerge. No surprise there. When I saw this at Gamma, I immediately I would have bought it right then and there if it was available. It's 2 to 4 players, 75 minutes, ages 14 and up. You're going to research and populate newly emerged islands. So it's simulating the Ring of Fire in the Pacific Ocean. The Hawaiian Islands are part of that. And there are previous islands that are sunk that rose up through volcanoes and eventually they sunk down.
Okay.
So eventually Hawaii will be underwater and there'll be a new island chain, millions of years from now. So research and populate new emerged islands so you get points for stacking things. And then here's another crossover, the Lost Ruins of Arnik. So you see there on the left, it's kind of hard to see a little bit, but you have your island tiles, and if you place animals on it, so you're trying to build up the islands and place certain animals on it to score points, and foliage too, plants. And then there's the pieces again for the Lost Ruins. Our number 5 is the Dungeons and Dragons Trials of Tempest. This is supposed to be maybe replace the Dungeons and Dragons system games. It's not compatible. Some of the miniatures are the same, I read, but there's some miniatures that are unique. It's 2 to 8 players. It's more of a sandbox version of the Dungeons and Dragons game. And since we like dungeon crawls, this is something I do want to get number 5 because people want to see us on our channel go through the different quests. So 2 rival adventure parties compete to prove themselves to Tempest, god of war. It's deck, bag, and pool building, dice rolling, fantasy, and fighting. And Julie selected Tribes of the Wind, which is for 2 to 5 players, 40 to 90 minutes, ages 14 and up. Use the backs of your opponent's cards to play your action in the best possible way. So it's closed drafting, in-game bonus, card game, and civilizations.
It just sounds interesting. The time did kind of get me a little bit, but I thought 40 minutes isn't bad for 2 players.
I think it will be that for 2 players.
I think it will.
And it's post-apocalyptic too.
Oh.
So on the left, there is the board for the Dungeons and Dragons game.
Oh.
And you have different characters you can select. There's a bunch of characters. If you look at our preview video from Gamma, you'll see that. And there's different bosses. And like I said, it's a sandbox. You can have different combinations. No game will be the same way twice, from what I understand. And there's the Tribes game on the right. It looks very interesting as well. So I support that one. And the ones you've selected, I'd be like, yeah, that looks cool.
I did good.
Okay, number 4. Did you know about Avatar? Did you see that?
No.
Did you miss that?
I must have. I didn't see it at all.
That is a Funko game.
Wow, darn! I missed. I love my Funko games.
Right, and so you were watching the Avatar series with our son when I was teaching night school.
Yep.
I saw some of them, and I liked it. So Avatar: The Last Airbender, Crossroads of Destiny. It's 2 to 4 players, 45 minutes, ages 10 and up. Join the world of Last Airbender to take on the Fire Nation. So more Avatar games are coming out. There was one previously by, I think, Spin Master that was based on the Thanos dice game.
Oh, okay.
It was a reskin of that. Remember that cooperative Thanos game where you get the Avengers and you're trying to stop them?
Yes, I think I do remember that.
No, Julie selected Trailblazers. We also saw that at Gamma, and I agreed with that choice. That's a good choice. It's 1 to 8 players, 30 minutes, ages 8 and up. Draft trail cars and blaze winding loops of hiking, biking, and kayaking trails. So, by the way, that Avatar game's cooperative.
Oh, good.
And
That's even better.
It's a story game like Wizard of Oz, Princess Bride, and Lord of the Rings that Ravensburger has done. But this is the Funko Prospero Hall version of that.
Oh, yes.
So it's closed drafting for Trailblazers, in-game bonuses, adventure, and animals. So take a look right there. You see how it's a book for Avatar?
That is so cool. You know who might like this is David Jr.
Well, that's one
he's
reason
the one that I watched it with.
Right, this is one reason why I put it on the list as number 4.
Yeah.
Because, one, we love Funko games and Prospero Hall games.
Yes, we do.
I assume it's Prospero Hall. And it looks really interesting. And I agree with Trails. That looks good, too.
That looks really cool. It just really caught my eye.
Okay, number 3. Oh, look at this is where we start diverging the most. You're going to see games here that Julie will grit her teeth and play for the channel, whether or not she plays often for me.
I'm going to tell you right now, if I have to play this for the channel, that will be it. I will not play this on my own otherwise.
Well, we'll see.
No, I won't.
You might like it.
No.
Okay, so Halloween by Trick or Treat Studios. They debuted this at Gamma. I'll be surprised if it's at Gen Con because there's usually delays with when you have intellectual properties and you have to get the IP holder to approve things. That slows things down.
Oh, I see.
So more likely they'll be doing demos of it. I'll be surprised if it's actually for sale.
Okay.
So it's 2 to 4 players, 30 to 60 minutes, ages 14 and up. Play as Michael Myers and stalk the other players in this hidden movement game. Now, I've read the rules because I helped out with some editing on this. The game is solid. It's a deduction game where you play the teenagers trying to rescue the kids and get keys to the car to escape. And one person is Michael Myers and it has hidden movement. At times he'll appear when you see him and at times he'll disappear. So it's action points, hidden movement, horror, movie team radio show, movie radio theme. Pollen. So this is a reskin of Samurai. It's a Reiner Knizia game. Now, I didn't put this on the list because I'd be happy playing Shogun. But I don't mind trying this.
I just think it looks really pretty.
Well, we'll show the picture in a minute.
Yeah.
So it's 2 to 4 players, 30 to 45 minutes. Create a lush garden of beautiful blooms in order to attract helpful pollinators. Area majority, influence, and tile placement. So the Shogun by Reiner Knizia is you're placing rice and Buddhas and helmets on a map of Japan. We still have that game. That game is really good. I don't know if this will fire that game. It's a more, nature theme. So we'll see if it's different enough. And here you see Halloween on the left. And so Julie, I'm sure, is closing her eyes right now.
I'm just concentrating on my pollen picture.
Yeah, she's not looking at that beautiful Michael Myers there in the window.
And my friends at trick-or-treat games, when they see this, they will laugh, because they always laugh at me because they know I don't like scary stuff. But they love me.
All right, look what I have here.
Oh, come on, David.
My number 2 is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Slaughterhouse by Funko. This is not the trick-or-treat version. So there's 2 Texas Chainsaw games that are coming out.
Well, shooby-doobies.
So this is number 2. 2 to 5 players, 45 to 60 minutes, ages 13 and up. As a group of people must avoid ending up on a family of cannibals dinner table. So it's horror. And so I don't know nothing about this. We've seen the trick-or-treat version since last Gen Con. It's been delayed and delayed and delayed.
Oh.
And then, Julie, we have another crossover here with Wandering Towers.
Yeah.
So if you look at the difference here of the Texas Chainsaw game there on the left, if you've seen our coverage of the trick-or-treat version, it's interesting that it has a chainsaw there with red cubes. And the map looks like it's still a building, but not so much of the outside of the building. And the dice are shaped like bones. So it looks like you spend most of your time in the building in this game. And then you see the Wandering Towers.
That's all I'm looking at, too. Again.
Okay, number 1 is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre board game by Trick-or-Treat.
Good night.
We've been waiting for this since last Gen Con.
Excuse me, not we, him.
Well, yes. And it's been delayed and delayed. It's been on pre-order for about 7 months.
Oh, gosh.
And it's not anything Trick-or-Treat is doing wrong.
No.
It's just the fact that they have to get things approved, and I'm sure there was delays in getting it manufactured.
Sure.
Hopefully this will be for sale at Gen Con. So it's 1 to 4 players, so it has a solo mode. Let me see, compared to the other one, it's 2 to 5 players. So look at that. You can play solo.
Which you will be.
Find gas and van keys before Leatherface takes you to the killing room. Action points, cooperative game. Now this is done by a designer that did Alien.
Oh, okay.
Alien board game and some other games that we like. So we know the designer on the Scott Rogers, I believe is his name.
Yep. So it looks like.
Yeah, Scott Rogers. That's what it says.
Yep.
So I trust his designs. But we also trust Funko's game designs as well, which is probably Prospero Hall. It is Prospero Hall.
It is Prospero Hall.
Now, was the other one Prospero Hall? Yeah, Prospero Hall for Avatar. So you can see on my top 4 are all movie themed. I love movie themed games.
And I did Wild Child West.
So there's our crossover. That's your number 1.
I loved it so much.
And here you go are the pictures here. You can see the difference between this Texas Chainsaw game is that you have that leather bag. If you see our preview video, Julia was freaked out by it. And
doesn't take much.
and you see that there's more geography in this case. It's not so focused on the building, also focused on the surrounding parts of the farm. So I don't know how alike or different the games will be. So that is our top 12 each, but we did have some crossover.
We did? How many did we? I lost track.
Let's see.
What else is new?
So there are 5 games that we've crossed
awesome.
over on, and there are 7 each of which that we didn't cross over on. So when you add it up, that's 14, 19 games. I doubt they'll all be there. I
hope they are.
I bet we'll be coming home with just 15 of them.
I'd be okay with that.
And that's okay, because we have a.
We have to be able to fly home with them.
Well, plus 2, we also have to watch our finances.
Yes, definitely.
So thanks for watching. We will be doing one more video on games that are going to be demoed.
Oh.
That would just be promotional games. It won't be for sale.
Okay.
That will be, the whole point is to promote it for Kickstarters or coming out later on this quarter or first quarter 2024. The whole point is to promote it, that we will film. And so we'll put together a list of games that we want to make sure we film for you to give you an idea what they're about.
That's a great idea.
All right, so thanks for watching. Be sure again to check out our other video. If you haven't, let's see here. Hope that's not making you dizzy. Check out our hottest games of Gen Con 2023. We go over, I think, 42 or 44.
A lot of them. Yeah.
and you'll see which ones were the most popular.
Yep.
All right, thanks for watching.
Thanks so much, you guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.